Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm Christina Rodriguez. I am the pathway coordinator at the Patiño School of Entrepreneurship. And welcome to our parent information night. So tonight we're just going to be sharing a little bit about our school and our program, and hopefully this will be a great fit for your child or for yourself if you are a student on here right now. And I'm going to introduce our principal, and she's going to go through some of the presentation. So Ms. Sagardia, take it away.
All right, everybody. My name is Mrs. Sagardia, Blair Sagardia. Thank you so much for coming this evening. We'd like to welcome you to Patiño School of Entrepreneurship. Christina, do you want to go on to the next slide? Okay. So we are a school of entrepreneurship, and everything that we do is based in some foundational entrepreneurial skills that we've chosen that we feel will benefit students their entire lives. So as you can see from this list, there's 12 in particular, and they range from, very entrepreneurial things that you might hear in industry like ideating, working in teams, storytelling, pitching, to more academic things like writing and analyzing text and data, prototyping, experimenting. The marriage of these two things, these two types of skills really will benefit your child in the long run, regardless of whether they choose to go into college or career. Next slide. Our goal for your child is that we help them develop an entrepreneurial mindset. We believe that in today's age, that is where the money's at. If a student has an entrepreneurial mindset, they can engage in any problem in any particular environment, and they can work through solving that problem and finding success. We do that through asking our teachers to integrate all of the entrepreneurial skills into curriculum throughout the school day. We also want students to be engaged in project-based learning, because we believe that when students own the learning experience and when they have an opportunity to apply their learning in real world action, which is the last piece here, that information is more likely to stick, and that they'll be able to draw that out of their mind at a moment's notice and be able to apply that learning to a variety of different contexts. Next slide. So real world action looks a little bit different at each of the different grade levels. 9th grade, we have a class called Project Management. And that class is really geared towards helping students understand what it means to work in a team, how you do that productively and in a healthy way, and how to manage projects. So students are learning things like how to use a Scrum board in their teams. They're also learning in this class this year, we started integrating some coding into that course. And so students are learning how to develop apps for Apple products. They are working with community members. They're learning to pitch and really work through their ideas and understand what it means to have a project that might be where they have a long-term goal, but to chunk it up into little bite-sized pieces where they can find success along the way and show everyone that they're in space with how they're coming along in their understanding of the content. In 10th grade, students are in an online marketing web development course where they actually become technology interns for the consultants that we have, who you'll be meeting later. And as interns, they're working in small groups to develop websites and do the online marketing for real companies in Fresno. So, a company might need those services, and our students will do that for them for free. And so they're working with those community members throughout the year as they're learning how to do the website development and the online marketing. And they're learning to interview their clients. They are learning to to pull all of their knowledge together to develop something that's really well suited for the companies that they're working for. And then in the 11th grade is when they are they are put into their teams, their business teams, and they start working toward coming up with a problem that they can develop a product or service around. And at the end of that year, so they go through the entire curriculum that we have for them that helps them through the startup process. And then at the end of the year, or the beginning of their 12th grade year, it's kind of been a little bit wonky, and we're playing around with when this happens. We ask that they pitch to investors, that they enter a pitch competition or something of that sort, where they have the opportunity to get their idea out there and to get real world feedback. And again, they're working with mentors during this time. We have amazing folks from Bloomberg Beta who come and give our kids feedback, or in this day and age of COVID, they're doing this online, but it's really exciting opportunity for them to develop their own ideas and to get feedback from real entrepreneurs and real investors. And then in the 12th grade, they're continuing that work. They're all at varying stages of readiness in the 12th grade. So some are ready to launch, some are less ready. 12th grade is really more geared towards, what does your business need at this time, and fine tuning where they are, or sometimes starting again. But we do have another course developed, curriculum available that students work through that'll help them further, get them further and closer to being able to launch. Next slide. You probably noticed that I talked about teams a lot. We really value teamwork and teams. We think that, today and into the future, students will be asked to work in teams most of their lives. There aren't a lot of jobs available now where you aren't working with someone, and you don't have to develop a relationship. You don't have to know how to interact with somebody in a productive and professional way. So we highlight teamwork and how to do that in the right way, collaborative way, throughout a student's time with us at Patiño. Next slide. And if you to our campus, and if you haven't, or maybe you've just seen some pictures, maybe you haven't, there is a lot of technology on our campus, and so all students have access to technology throughout their time. In the past year, because of school closure, we've checked out computers to all students and made sure that they have access to computers and internet at home. Students also have access to technology on campus. We have the latest and greatest in just about anything you can imagine. We follow industry standards because we are asking our students to learn how to develop websites and apps. And then we have expert support as well. So we contract with Quick Labs, who will be talking to you in a few minutes, and they offer support in how to develop websites and do the online marketing. And then next. And so really at the end of the day, when we first were opening, and still sometimes I hear people say, well, you're just a school for kids who want to go into career. Or you're just a school for the smart kids that want to go, straight to college. And I always say, yes, but, or yes, and, because we are a school for every kind of kid, every kind of student. We want kids who want to go straight into career. We want kids who, aspire to go to college. And we want kids at varying levels of academic readiness, really, and ability, because sometimes when a kid is struggling in a traditional environment, it's not that they can't do it, it's that environment wasn't right for them. And some of the best entrepreneurs in the world, as I'm sure you're aware, might not have been, the straight A student, or might not have, that student might be more, they might struggle a little bit more here and there, those innovative and creative students. So it takes all kinds of people to develop the perfect team. You want all types of different thinkers and doers. And so we really encourage anybody with an interest in building an entrepreneurial mindset or becoming an entrepreneur to consider coming to our school. And I can't remember, is that me, Christina?
Yeah, I can be, or it can be me.
Okay, okay, I can talk about it. I
Okay.
can't remember if that was my slide or not. So we have recently, well, actually, I shouldn't say recently. In the past couple of years, we've developed a relationship with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And the reason that we've chosen Cal Poly San Luis Obispo to develop this relationship with is because they have an extraordinary entrepreneurship department. And we feel that we are a great school um, and a natural pathway to their school. So over the past couple of years, we have visited them frequently as a staff. We've taken our students there. We take our students there to watch their pitch competitions, to see their incubator, to get to know students and staff. And most recently, we've developed a relationship that for admissions with the admissions department, which sees students, our students, as local students. Basically, it gives them a bump up, gives them the extra point. And so just as an example, last year, I think we had 8 students who were accepted to Cal Poly, and I think we now have 6 who are attending, 2 of which have full ride scholarships. And that is really only because, especially those 2 full ride scholarships, that is because of the relationship that we have, because we're a school of entrepreneurship. So if a school like Cal Poly interests you, it's another great reason to consider us as a placement for you or your student. And we're going to continue to try to develop relationships, but I can assure you that we do have that relationship with Cal Poly, and it's a great school, and we've had a ton of fun getting to know their program and taking our kids to experience all they have to offer. Okay, so am I doing this one, Christina?
Sorry, my thing froze and I'm like, mute,
Okay.
mute, mute.
I was ready.
I was trying to unmute myself and I couldn't.
Okay.
So just to go over some of the real world application, the work-based learning that our students do, there is a wide variety of experiences that we provide for our students. So anything from guest speakers to the internship that they do for 10th grade, the technology internships that they participate in, the mentorships that they do their junior and senior year. We try to get entrepreneurs or business partners who can really help the students with their businesses and help them push them forward. We also do some work site visits. So we visit different, pre-COVID, we visit different businesses in Fresno that really focus on technology, entrepreneurship, or may even be industry specific to what the student's business idea is about. We also take our students to workshops and conferences that really focus around business, entrepreneurship, our Valley community needs. And then we also provide job shadows as at the district level, and those are also industry focused. So students, even if they're at our school and they're like, hey, I want to know what a nurse does, they're more than welcome to join those job shadows so that they can get a glimpse into that specific career. Let's see. Okay, so some logistics about our school, just common questions that we get. Our schedule in a normal year is 9:30 to 4, and we have a 7-period day. We do provide transportation, so there is a bus that picks up at every single comprehensive high school in Fresno Unified. So if your child lives near Bullard or Roosevelt or Edison, any of the comprehensive high schools, there's a bus that will pick them up, bring them to Patiño, and then take them back after school. We do have clubs, just like every other school. Our clubs really vary and they change every year because they're really based on what our students' interests are for that year. So a student, if they have an idea for a club that they want to start and they get enough interest, other students interested in it, then they can start a club that year. Let's see. So again, this is pre-COVID. We did have after-school program and transportation. Hopefully that comes back next year. So we'll see. And then we also have social events, just like every other school. So we have dances, we still have our prom, we have rallies throughout the year. And then for sports, students have two options. So they can either join our intramural league, which is all of the specialty schools within Fresno, Unified mainly. So it's Patiño, Duncan, Design Science, University High School, and C-Tech was just recently added. And they do things like basketball, soccer, they've done volleyball. I know they've done like indoor rock climbing in the past. They've done competitive dodgeball, and that's just a for fun league so that the kids can go out and play and have a good time. Or if they are still, really, they want to play competitive sport, they can still play for their home school. So we do have athletes on our campus who play a sport for their home high school, but then are also Patiño students. So that's also an option for them. And then either Blair or maybe Oscar want to take this one.
Sorry. So we have a variety of different supports on our campus. We do have a school site social worker who is with us several times a week. We highlight, myself and my vice principal, we highlight a positive approach to discipline. So when we are working with students through any issues that they might be experiencing at school with their peers, or just, internally, or maybe with staff, we often use a peacemaking process to help them learn productive and healthy ways to deal with conflict. And then, of course, we have academic support. We have a great academic counselor, Mr. Badagan, who he's just amazing. I don't even know what else to say. I could go on and on. But he is constantly working with kids to make sure that they're on track, and that they know if they get off track, they know exactly what they need to do to reach their goals.
Okay, so now we are going to have Quick Labs share a little bit about our partnership. So I want to say 3 years ago, we started partnering with Quick Labs, and they come in and work with our students and with our teachers. And so I'm going to let them take over this part. Mr. Thomas, are you here? Oh, I think he got kicked off. He's just coming back in. Let's give him 1 second. Mr. Thomas, are you in now? Maybe. Damon?
All right.
There you go.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. Do I just go? Because I don't know what I missed.
Just say next when you're ready to go to the next slide.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Damon. I am one of the on-campus entrepreneurs, and our business is Quick Labs, where we are a company that does online marketing and web development in downtown Fresno, California. Next slide. So the presentation that I'm going to be talking through tonight, if you took a screenshot or jotted this down really quickly, or we can give it to you in the chat, you can actually follow along in this presentation. And there'll be some additional slides that you'll have access to by following this bit.ly link right here. And I think we're going to have to put that in the chat. So the on-campus entrepreneurs are my business partner, who is Curlin Phipps. He is the teacher who is doing the web development classes at Patiño and the advanced web development classes at Patiño, and that includes sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Myself, I am the online marketing teacher and the advanced online marketing teacher, where we are teaching the students also in the sophomore, junior, and senior year as well. So we've been teaching at the school since year one. So I'd like to say that we're really, really proud for being recognized last school year as a Patio CTE Champion. This really means a lot in the sense that receiving an award like this lets us know that we are being recognized for what we do in the classroom and the service that we provide to the students. It's really powerful to not just go in and teach every day and then have the engagement with the students and the feedback, but when you get this type of recognition that you can actually put somewhere to say, hey, everyone, we're doing a good job. This award that we received last year was really powerful for us. We're glad and excited to have received it and to know that what we're doing in the classroom and in the entire school does have an impact. When the students take the course and sign on to become interns or student interns with us during their sophomore year, this year we're going to start providing at the end of the school year certificates of completion saying that they have actually taken an internship with us during the school year that lasts throughout pretty much most of the entire school year, so they can put that on their resume to say that they have done an internship with the local tech company with experiences in web development and online marketing to add to their resume. And when we get to the students like junior year, we do get them to a point where we get them starting to create their resumes and in their LinkedIn profiles. So they're awarded for the work they do. And then the internship itself. So we try to make the internship a big and fun event that everyone in the whole school knows what's going on, and that every single sophomore in the entire school is now an intern for Quick Labs and going through this student internship throughout the entire school year. So we now have them signing agreements, and it's in the agreements they're saying things like, I'll do my best to work as a team. I'll do my best to, not be afraid to try hard and fail and try again. Show up to school as much as possible, those type of things, so I don't let my team down. So it's a really simple agreement that they sign. And we have them sign this agreement so that it feels and is more real with their signature on the line. They get the original copy back so they can take it home and show their parents and their family members that they are actually an intern for a technology company right here in Fresno. And we keep a digital copy just in case they lose it or the dog eats their agreement or something like that. And then, as you can see in the top photo, there is a YouTube link that you could follow to actually see this event happen live. It's a pretty fun event. And career opportunities. So what you're looking at in this picture is really kind of an amazing thing that we never actually thought would happen with this relationship that we have with Patiño, or the students that we actually teach. When they graduate and they move on to they matriculate to college, that they're looking for some sort of job to do on the side. And instead of it being a fast food job, the students, the things that they've learned through us, why not put that into use with us? And almost all the students that you see here are all students from Patiño that we have hired and are currently employed with us right now. Almost all of our employees at Quick Labs are the students that we've taught. We know them inside and out. It helps us establish a great relationship. And now they're part of our team. They're all good kids. And these are just some places where you can actually find and follow Quick Labs on social media and online, and how you can reach us. Again, we'll be sharing these slides with you by putting a link in the chat. Or if you could put a message in the chat and we can make sure we give you this presentation that includes a few more slides. Thank you all for your time. And we are the on-campus entrepreneurs at Patiño.
Thank you, Damon. Okay, so now we're going to show a video that is a campus tour of our school. So Hope this works.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Philip J. Patiño School of
Can you guys hear it? Yes? Okay, good.
Entrepreneurship. My name is Marcy Winter. I'm a senior here at Patiño, and I will be your tour guide for today. So first, we're here walking into the entrance of our learning building, and you see our very decorative sign listing our core values. As we walk down the halls here, we'll be entering room 101, our first classroom, which is one of our largest. Here you will have your English and history classes combined. As you see, we have group tables to note that collaborative space. Moving on here, we're going to go into room 102 after a short walk down the hall. As you see, we have our dividers to promote a 6-foot distance between each of our students because it is a priority of ours to keep our students happy and healthy. So moving here into room 102, it's more of a generic size classroom. You'll have classes in here like science or math. And as you see, we have whiteboards around the entire room to promote that critical thinking and collaboration. Next here is room 103. This is one of my favorite styles of classroom that we have. We have TVs at each table that you can broadcast your screen onto to promote that collaboration as well. Here, this is room 104, similar to room 102, but it's more of the science-based classrooms. Also, we have TVs similar to the entrepreneurial media classrooms at the front of each room for our teachers. Moving on here down the hall, similar to room 102 and room 104 is room 105. Very similar again. Here we're just promoting that collaborative space with all of our students. Lastly, at the end of the hall here is our fitness room, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Some state-of-the-art equipment. A small note, upstairs, all of the classrooms mirror those downstairs, so we'll only be touring the first floor of our school today. Okay, so moving on with our tour, we're gonna take a short walk outside. As you look to our right here, you'll see our community grass area where a lot of us seniors like to play soccer or volleyball during our breaks. All these tables are usually filled with all of our students hanging out and being together during breaks and lunch. Here is the cafeteria. We have these cool slider doors that can open to give a nice breeze. On the left there's some bathrooms, and this is our cafeteria where we do rallies and eat lunch. Same here with the directional stickers to keep a 6-foot distance between all of our students so that we can be back in school. So when you do get your food, you'll come through here, and on the left, there's the food windows where you'll just pick up your lunch, and there's usually oranges and apples as well to have that balanced diet. Moving on here, you can get a better look at our outside courtyard, and then we also have hand washing stations to keep everybody sanitized. This gray building here that we're gonna go into on our left is the senior space. Currently my favorite space on campus because I am a senior. Here we'll go in and we have the glass windows to just give that really big open community feel. We have all of our students and individual whiteboards here. Mostly the seniors are in this space, but you will have some overlap depending on what classes you're taking. So this is another classroom just to add a little bit of separation in case us seniors have different classes. And one of my favorite features of this room is the whiteboard tables. I love to take notes during class on the whiteboard tables. Super convenient. So we're going to be backing on out of the senior space here. You can see a little bit more of our sports area with the basketball hoops and the volleyball nets. So we're going to go into our entrance where we started. On the left through those glass doors, there's also other bathrooms and a water fountain if you need. And on the left here, the room we're going to be going into is our front office, where Miss Cortez usually is, but in the video here, we'll see Miss Bristol. The ladies in the office are always super nice, and I personally am late a lot, so I've gotten to know them really well over my time here at Patiño. So this is our office. They'll have you check in the mornings. And back on the left and right there is Miss Herrera. Hi, Miss Herrera. And on the left is Miss Segardia, our principal's office. So yeah, that will conclude our tour for the day. I thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you guys on campus. Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the actual application really quickly. Let's see, what time is it? Okay. So if you're going to be applying for transfer, this is the form that you need. I will go ahead and put the actual link to this document in the chat so that you guys have access to it, but I just wanted to go over it really quickly. So at the top, you just fill out basic information, your student's name, ID number, birthday, address, and all of that. What's really important is the middle section where it says magnet schools. You need to put a 1 next to the school that you're applying to. So if you want to apply to Patiño, you need to put a 1 next to that section on this application. The most important thing about this application is making sure that it gets into the transfers office by December 1st. That is a deadline for all transfer applications. So you want to make sure that it gets there by December 1st. Let me see. I'm going to, why isn't it letting me? I'm going to open it up for a quick Q&A if you have any questions about our presentation. And then after that, we can move on to our breakout rooms. Let's stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions? Go to the chat.
If anyone does have questions for me, now is a good time because I might, since I am mobile, I might not be able to make it into a breakout room. So if you have any questions for Quick Labs, the on-campus entrepreneurs, I'd love to take those questions now. That's how I kicked myself out of the meeting the last time.
Okay, and if not, if you go down to the breakout rooms, I'm going to go ahead and open them. So we have 4 rooms. One is going to be for student support. That will be our counselor and our social worker. The next one is going to be the entrepreneurship and technology classes. So those teachers will be in that room. And then the third one is content classes. So all of your math, science, social science, English teachers will be in that room. And then the very last one is the campus culture room. So Mr. Began, who's our campus culture director, and some students will be in that room as well. So feel free to join whichever room you'd like to join. And they are all open. So go ahead and head over to the room. What is the enrollment size? Maddie, can you clarify? Do you mean enrollment size like per, like for the whole school or per grade level? The entire school. I'm not sure what our most recent numbers are, Leah or Blair, if you guys
we have in the mid to high 200s right now, and we have room for you know, at full capacity we'd be about 350.
Okay, so teachers, if you guys want to head to your breakout rooms as well.